going out.
Art checking over all the gauges. The starting point in the vehicles is the most important part of all. Checks everything over, has to get the percentages up, get it up to fire time. And when he comes to life, you'll know it.
Beginning to flame now.
Here he comes.
And that's only half of it. Where do you see this?
Talk about firing a hole.
Oh, my word. He's a wizard, and he's on his way down the track tonight.
Look at the tire speed. It's around 100 miles an hour. It's going to the left. It's going to the left hard for Art.
Ooh, what happened there?
Not the kind of pull that went hard to the left. Not the kind of pull you want to see out of Art Arfon. But believe me, Ken, he won the national championship tonight.
Despite that pull, he won the national championship. It wasn't vintage Arfons, but it was enough to get the job done.
Well, Red Grogan is just about ready to take the hillbilly back down the track in the pull-off.
And Mike, we have a new mark to beat. Sudden Impact has gone 223 feet, 8 1/4 inches. Now that is the mark to beat. Donna Webb has set the mark. Old Yeller bumped off by Sudden Impact. Here comes Grogan, who already has the Ford Budweiser points championship in his hip pocket. He's shooting for the points for the title tonight.
Well, he'd like to win this.
Hey. And again, it's going to be close. It's going to be close.
Well, the fans are going to wait to see if Red will take home a championship tonight. He's got the big one in his pocket, as you mentioned.
Back on the track is Ken Ewan in the Oklahoman. He is roughly 30 points behind Dan Coelho at this point in the battle for what has become second place in the Ford Budweiser Points Championship.
Could make a world of difference. Let's see if all the work pays off.
Here we go.
Oh, it's bouncing again.
It's smoking and it's bouncing.
Kenny broke the rear end on it. He snapped a rear axle. I saw it somewhere between 75 and 100 feet. You're going to see the truck. We get to watch it on replay. You're going to see the rear end snap. Looks like the tire stops momentarily in midair. The left rear tire at that time quits pulling. Now watch the rear tires. I don't know whether we break an axle or, but right in here is where the problem erupts on the left-hand side. There,
yep.
Right at that instant, you're seeing something turn loose in the back of the truck. The tire's still going, but there's no, the dirt, but he does have dirt on the right side. The left rear axle, he snapped the left rear axle on that truck. The left rear tire absolutely stopped in midair.
Well, I guess there's a difference between busting your rear end and breaking it, and Ken Ewan broke his tonight. And there is the winner in the four-wheel drive competition, Donna Webb from Claremore, Oklahoma. I think Will Rogers would be proud tonight. She has won the pull-off tonight in the four-wheel drive. Well, there was no doubt about it. The winner, the points champ, the Ford Budweiser 1989 points champ in four-wheel drive is none other than the pride of Clinton, Kentucky, Red Grogan. He is standing by on the floor of the Dome with our Mike Galloway. Mike?
Congratulations, Red. 1989 World Champion, Ford Budweiser.
Well, it feels awful good because a year ago I was standing here when I won it, and I didn't feel like I could do it 2 years in a row. I felt like I'd done all I could do. But I run good this year, and I come back, and I just kept going after it, and it feels so good.
You'd like to have seen him in the pull-off, wouldn't you?
I really would. That way, I wouldn't be guessing. I'd know where we were standing, and I would because I felt like I give it all I had, and I've done the best I could do. But I still wish that we would have really solved it down, and we could have seen it.
Well, Red, no one has done it 2 years in a row. Can you do it 3?
I believe, well, I'm not going to say I can because that's looking in the future, but I sure would like to be standing here next year and say that I did.
Red, we would love to have you here next year. And he may be here. It could be 3 in a row in 90 for Red Grogan, the national champion in 1990.
Well, here is Rambunctious 2, but an interesting driver. It is not Milt Bergman. It is his son, Dwayne, who's only 16 years old. Mike, you've seen him drive before, and obviously for a kid who's real young, obviously it looks like he doesn't shave, but for a kid that young, he certainly gets it done.
He's been, you know, this is his first year driving the tractor. He won the Ohio State Fair, first day of the Ohio State Fair. I saw him make a pass in Ohio. It was full pull and a beautiful job. He, like so many other young pullers, this may be their first year, but it's not their first year at the pull. Whoa!
Little explosion.
Well, one thing about Dwayne,
He didn't waste any time.
when you give him the green flag, he's going to stick his arm forward and we're going home. And he did just that. He nailed the throttle, explosions and all, and just kept right on cooking.
Mike, on this replay, watch the concentration on young Dwayne's face. He's saying, Dad gave me the wheel. I'm going to make the most
Now watch
of it.
it. Watch his right hand.
Look at this.
It's bumping. It is bumping the stop right now, and Dwayne backed off just a little bit and right back on it. He set the tires. Watch the smoke come in. There's an explosion out of the blower. No, that's not going to stop me. I think it made a run better. Still, it's a little fat, a little bit fuel mixture, a little off in the back.
You know, it's great. He's 16 years old. He can't go out on the street and drive.
Yeah,
You can't get your license in Ohio till you're 17. He's out here driving on a track.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Amazing. You can drive a tractor at any age.
You could drive it as long as it's on your own property, but then again, you wouldn't have a tractor like that out on the streets.
There's not a lot of plowing done with twin elephants.
No, it's true. Well, Mike, it ends up the way it was as we came in here tonight in the Ford Budweiser Tractor Class Points Champions. It is Art Arfons who wins it in the Green Monster. No question about that. He had the lead coming in. He didn't lose it tonight. But Bill Leichner did not hurt his chances with the Dirt Slinger tonight. Great pull tonight for the Dirt Slinger. Bill Leichner finishes second for the year. And then in the Blazing Bison, Steve Jaski finishes third. Those are your top three competitors this year in the 7,200-pound tractor class. They are, without a doubt, the cream of the crop. Mike, I'll tell you what, it's a neat deal we have going on now. We have a lot of the Ford dealers here from the South Texas area tonight, and they are about, in essence, I guess, to give away a truck. But it's going to be a little gamesmanship involved in this.
Well, all of the local Houston Ford dealers had a contest where they had one winner that received a key. And they key, one of these keys out of about 20 dealers will fit this brand new special Houston limited edition Ranger pre-runner.
Is that pretty?
Will be available throughout the United States very shortly. And this pre-runner adds the look and adventure to Ford Ranger pickup.
Now, speaking of pretty, well, we have a young lady that's going to lead off. Each one of these people have keys, but only one key will start the truck.
And that person takes this Ford Ranger pre-runner home with them. You know, the sports appearance package provided rough off-road styling, and this is great vehicle. But only one of the keys will fit the pre-runner.
Well, Mike, there it is, the ultimate pulling machine. We've seen it so many different times, and here it is again tonight on this very special night. The Bud Boss, Gary Collins, behind the wheel. All of the sled around the Astrodome.
Ooh, look at the rear end come off the ground. Now that is, wait a minute. Hard left-hand turn. Look at this. The box is up, and Gary is lapping the Astrodome. He is lapping the Astrodome with the Bud Boss. Unbelievable.
He's a wizard.
Never in my lifetime of pulling have I seen anything like this. It exploded blower belts at the end of the track, but he looped it.
Being involved in a point championship, you got to treat every single event just like it's the event before. You can't do that at Bowling Green. That's like saying the Super Bowl is just another football game.
The Super Bowl of tractor pulling.
World Series, just another baseball game.
The Kentucky Derby of horse racing.
Indianapolis 500 is just another car race.
This is the place to be if you tractor pull.
This is our Daytona 500 right here. John Hyman's been doing this since God invented dirt. You beat John Hyman, you beat a lot of experience. I respect him. He respects me. I think the world of it.
Welcome to Bowling Green, Ohio, the granddaddy pull of them all. Expecting over 60,000 fans of Bowling Green this weekend. There could be up to 100,000 fans. And the first thing you do is go to the entry trailer, take care of drawing position, get your insurance and your credentials, the armbands and credentials, all access to all areas. We're here at the sled, and before every bit of competition, we weigh the vehicle. They'll weigh the tractor with me on the scales and full of fuel ready to run. The tractor will weigh 5,800 pounds. You can run all the motors you want to run. If you look around here at Bowling Green, you see the blue shirts. They're the officials.
We work here for 3 days. Fourth day, we clean up and start planning for the next year.
Well, the Blue Shirts consist of 200 members of Northwestern Ohio Tractor Pullers. 27 years ago, we organized and created the National Tractor Pulling Championships here in Bowling Green. This year, we got a lot of prize money. It's a $150,000 purse. There's a Buckeye Challenge that's worth $6,000. We're plumbers, doctors, farmers, you name it. We're out here.
If you want to know how these trucks work, we just have to talk to the professor.
In truck and tractor pulling, we hook our pulling vehicles to a weight transfer machine, which is more properly called a sled, and we attempt to pull this 300 feet. This sled is made so that as we start pulling, it comes pretty easy, and then as it moves down the tractor, it gets harder and harder and harder until it stops us. And that's the basis of our sport.
You know, the fans of Bowling Green's the best fans there is. You look around, there's fans everywhere. And you watch me pull, you'll see me react to the fans because they are good fans. You can hear them. They cheer for us. We give them gratitude back. It's the greatest there is. You be good, okay?
These fans are tractor pulling's answer to a rock concert.